rise for the salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Samuelson.
Here.
Mrs. Labuda.
Here.
Ms. Vetter.
Here.
Mr. Ruiz.
Here.
Mrs. Geiger.
Here.
Mrs. Edwards.
Here.
Mr. Benson.
Here.
Mr. Steingart.
Here.
Mr. Sorensen.
Here. Okay, thank you. Reading of the public notice.
Notice is hereby given that there's been duly presented and introduced at a meeting of the Legislature of the County of Sullivan, New York, held on April 18, 2013, a proposed local law entitled the Sullivan County Ethics Law. Notice is further given that the Legislature of the County of Sullivan will conduct a public hearing on the proposed local law at the Legislative Meeting Room, County Government Center, Monticello, New York, on May 16, 2013 at 1:30 p.m., at which time all persons interested will be heard. And we only have one person signed up for public comment, and that's Ken Walter.
Ken?
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I got to commend you on finally getting to this point in history where we're going to get an ethics law that will be able to actually administer and be fair. Unfortunately, I sat through a meeting of the IDA the other day, and there was nothing in the ethics law that addresses the following. Is it on now?
Yes.
That addresses the following. There was a quorum present to vote on an issue. And because two people felt there would be a conflict because they do derive some economic benefit their business does from the individual, they recused themselves. There's nothing in our ethics law that says if you exceed a certain percentage of your gross that you have to recuse yourself from the deliberation or the action. So what we're doing is we're going to be making it difficult for some people to really serve or want to serve on boards because they may come across this and they have to recuse themselves and maybe rendering the board ineffective. And I really believe you should address that issue and come up with some number as a percentage, like I understand the past ethics law had, of your gross to be the threshold to recuse yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Is there anybody else that would like to make a comment? Okay. I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn. Kathy, second Jonathan. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, thank you.
No.
Okay. All right, we're going to go right into the regular meeting, so I'd like to call the regular meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Samuelson.
Here.
Mrs. Labuda.
Yes.
Ms.
Here.
Vetter.
Here.
Mr. Ruiz.
Here.
Mrs. Geiger.
Here.
Mrs. Edwards.
Here.
Mr. Benson.
Here.
Mr. Steingart.
Here.
Mr. Sorensen.
Here. Okay. Thank you. Communications?
Records destruction notification filed in accordance with SARA by Risk Management on April 24, 2013, and Public Health Services dated May 14, 2013. The annual financial report update document for fiscal year ended 12/31/2012 filed by the Sullivan County Treasurer's Office dated May 1st, 2013. Copy of resolution adopted by the Sullivan County Association of Supervisors dated May 1st, 2013, supporting the expansion of the Monticello Motor Club in the town of Thompson. Copy of letter dated May 10th to Thompson Supervisor Salini from Ann Culligan, questioning why an original CML 239 was not filed for the development of the Monticello Motor Club when neighbors begged the town of Thompson, town and planning boards to require an environmental impact study. Chairman Samuelson's appointment of Kitty Vetter to the Cornell Cooperative Extension Board of Directors, and our final communication is a copy of a resolution adopted by the Niagara County Legislature calling on the New York State Legislature to pass and enact legislation repealing the New York SAFE Act. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Before we do public comment, we have some presentations today that I'd like to do. Am I good? Okay, thank you. 2 months ago, Sullivan County lost one of its shining stars. The passing of Helen Kutcher has been felt across this county by just about everybody who ever crossed her path. She was an extraordinary woman. She was the epitome of hospitality and graciousness, and truly was the queen of hospitality in Sullivan County. we had a couple of things that happened over the past couple of months, and we weren't really able to publicly acknowledge that, but we would like to do that today. So if Allison Horan from Aileen Gunther's office would join me at the podium, please. We're very pleased to acknowledge that Mark and Carla Kutcher are here to accept this. We have a memorial tribute from the county which reads, whereas Helen Kutcher was the owner of the famous Catskill Resort Kutcher's Country Club, as well as an admired friend and neighbor to many in Sullivan County, and whereas Mrs. Kutcher was known for her graciousness and hospitality and became the face of the Kutcher's Country Club, and whereas Mrs. Kutcher was adored and loved by all guests who visited, performed, and worked at the Catskill Resort, and her greeting to the guests as they arrived was welcome home. And whereas Mrs. Kutcher's devotion and loyalty for Sullivan County will never be forgotten, and she will be remembered for her kindness and devotion to her family, friends, neighbors, and guests. Now therefore be it resolved, the Sullivan County Legislature hereby wishes to express our profound sympathy to her family and a deep sense of loss to one of our community's most admired, respected citizens and cherished friend and devoted neighbor. Mark, Carla. Which one is it here? Because we are wide there. Mark, we just wanted to express our deepest condolences from passing Helen Kutcher, but we just want to say thank you for everything that Kutcher's has done and all that Helen did for the community and all she represented. Thank you.
And on behalf of Aileen, who wishes she could be here, I know for myself, I remember the first time I met your mom, and it was a milestone in my life. She was a paragon and truly a matriarch of Sullivan County. So we present you with this citation from the New York State Assembly, honoring your mother and her memory, and thank you so much for sharing her with us.
Thank you.
Just a couple of quick thoughts. My mother loved this county very much. She spent most of her life here and did everything she could to make this a better county. And I truly appreciate the thoughts of the county legislature and of the assembly and Aileen, and thank you.
Thank you. Okay, our second presentation today will be presented by Gene Benson. It's for the Associated Mutual Insurance Company.
Yeah, before I come up to the podium and ask, actually, an employee of the company, as well as the mayor of Woodridge, to accept this, I just want to say that I think it's a fantastic thing that a company has been in Sullivan County and is still in business after 100 years. I wish we had 100 more like that. We've also known each other all our lives.
I'll keep the secrets.
Yeah. This is from the Sullivan County Legislature, a certificate of appreciation presented to the Associated Mutual Insurance Cooperative. In recognition of 100 years of dedicated service to Sullivan County and surrounding counties, it is with the utmost gratitude that the Sullivan County Legislature congratulates you on your amazing achievement of celebrating 100 years in business. Congratulations on this wonderful recognition.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, this is something that we look forward to every year. It's an opportunity for us to recognize the superior students in the community, our valedictorians. So we will have some proclamations for each of our valedictorians today, but to introduce everybody and to talk about what we're doing, please welcome Larry Thomas.
So
want to thank the legislature for participating in this sort of an activity. It's just a wonderful, it is a wonderful activity. I think I've said before when I've been here that I had the opportunity to be in a couple other BOCES and a couple other school districts in my career, and in all of those different places there has been no event like this to recognize the valedictorians, those students who academically are leading the way by shining the example for the rest of our students in the county. So we are so pleased to be here and celebrate this achievement for all the students, and thank you very much for your recognition for these students. We're going to go in alphabetical order by school district. So to introduce their valedictorian and say a few words about that student, we have Robert DeFore from the Eldred Central School District.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Education, the faculty, staff, and students of the Eldred community, we'd like to thank the county and the county legislature for hosting this honoring of our valedictorians each year. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our junior senior high school principal, Mr. Scott Krebs, who will I get a chance to stand before you and talk about our valedictorian, but usually she speaks on my behalf. First off, she's our board representative for the senior class. So that's one of the recommendations and things that she is part of every month at our school. Michaela, who is beside me, Michaela Balsano, has achieved many things throughout her career in Eldred. Softball, band, student body representatives in grades 11 and 12. She's our school board representative. She's a student mentor. She is also a member of the Sullivan County BOCES partnership that we have. She's a New Visions Health Program student. She's Skills USA, a member of the National Honor Society. She will be inducted into the VOTEC National Honor Society. She's a member of our Hall of Fame committee. Along with that, class rank 1, and just an outstanding young lady to have every single day. I get a chance to greet her in the morning because she gets on the bus while I'm out doing bus duty, and usually midday in the afternoon when she comes back and shares with me some things about the student body in our school. So as a representative, and I thank you all for having us, our valedictorian this year of the class of 2013 is Michaela Balsano.
Representing the Eldred School District is Kathy Labuda.
I'm very happy for the students when we put on this program for them every year, but I always get a little teary-eyed because I think, boy, would I like to be 18 again. So in any event, congratulations on the legislature and good luck in your endeavors. Thank you.
We're very flexible. And now with this new audience, I'd like to introduce Dr. Ivan Katz from the Fallsburg School District.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. On behalf of the Fallsburg Central School District, I'd like to thank members of the legislature, family, friends, community members, and also our valedictorians. This is a yearly wonderful event. We're always proud to be here, and as a school district, we thank you for honoring our kids every year. And at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the principal of the junior senior high school, who will tell you about our valedictorian, Mr. Mike Williams.
Thank you. It's my pleasure today to introduce the class of 2013 valedictorian Arjun Malhotra. Arjun's parents, Aaron and Ashima Butler, are here with us today as well. Arjun, like most valedictorians, is a very eclectic student. He's got experience in the Student Government Association. Of course, he's a member of the National Honor Society, the Environmental Club. He participated in Sullivan County Music Educators Festivals. And next year, he'll be going to Boston University to study pre-med with the hopes of becoming a doctor. He recently was awarded the Samuel Baton Scholarship at Fallsburg, which is the premier scholarship for the Fallsburg Central School District. So he is an outstanding representative of our district, and as I've gotten to know him over the last year, he also has a pretty refined sense of humor, which I appreciate as well. So please help me in congratulating Arjun Malhotra.
Ira Steinberg. Gives me great pleasure to give you the certificate. I'm a graduate, actually second generation to graduate from Fallsburg. You, as your peers, are in a very elite group. Although Sullivan County is a very small county, we have some people that have come that have really gone far, from federal judges to CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and your hard work and dedication to be valedictorian, I'm sure you're going to be just as successful and make Sullivan County proud. I wish you the best of luck.
If everybody, at the end, when we're done with everybody, if all the valedictorians will come forward, we'll take photographs at the end of the presentation. We'll just come right up here.
So in Sullivan County this year, we have 2 new superintendents of schools, and the first one is from the Liberty School District. This is Dr. William Sullivan.
Good afternoon, everybody, and again, thank you for acknowledging all the valedictorians in this way. It's a great honor for all of them and an opportunity for all of us to spend some time with you. So with that, I'd like to introduce Mr. Jack Strassman, principal of Liberty High School.
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to introduce Eugene Doyle III, and he will be attending the University of Buffalo and majoring in chemical engineering, and he had a GPA of 101.8. That's the highest one I've seen so far. He has many academic awards and honors. He earned the Rensselaer Medal Award Excellence in Math and Science. He's had the highest GPA in earth science, chemistry, physics, global history, U.S. history, math, geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, and honors English and AP English. He's also had the honors of the Outstanding Musicianship Award and the Director of Band Award. He plays in our pep band. He's a Tri-M Music Honor Society member. He's a National Honor Society member. He plays in our honors band, jazz band, and has also played level 5 and 6 solos for NISMA. He is our student council vice president. That's the only place he is number 2. And he is also on our athletic teams of tennis, alpine skiing, and track and field. Very proud to introduce Gene Doyle III.
I did ask Gene if I could come to hear his speech on June 22nd at Liberty, so I'm looking forward to that. One of the things that's mentioned here in the certificate is whereas valedictorian of class of 2013 at Liberty Central School District, Eugene William Doyle has displayed incomparable intelligence, ability, and drive to obtain such an honor. Therefore, be it resolved that the Sullivan County Legislature, on behalf of the citizens of Sullivan County, do hereby commend Eugene William Doyle for his achievements and for obtaining the honor of being the valedictorian. And it sounds to me, with all of your well-rounded achievements, that we've been very lucky to have you. And I think the New York State at large is very lucky to have you. And we hope that you'll just keep bringing your gifts back to Sullivan County whenever you come back to visit during your college years. Thank you so much.
Continuing on alphabetically, the Livingston Manor School District, we have Dr. Deborah Fox.
Good afternoon. Thank you also for doing this annually. I think it's one of the highlights of the end of the culmination of these students' career in school, and it's very important. As superintendent, I'm pleased to recognize Samantha Scott as valedictorian of the graduating class of 2013 at Livingston Manor. I'd like to share with you a little bit about her academics, her leadership, her athletic ability, and community service. Samantha has earned an average of 100.04, a little more than perfect, in her coursework at Manor. She has had a regular appearance on the superintendent's list and holds the prestigious Livingston Manor Academic Letter Award. As president of the class of 2013 and the National Honor Society, she's demonstrated outstanding leadership throughout her high school career. Athletics is certainly an area in which she's excelled. She was recently named the class of 13 Scholar Athlete for the OCIAA. In soccer, she received Class D state recognition as a midfielder. In basketball, she was named to the SNG BC All-Section Class D team in 11-12 and was the Class D Player of the Year in 2012-13. In softball, Samantha was named to the second All-State team in 2010-11 and the first All-State team in 11-12. In softball, she's made it to 4 straight years to the state championship tournament. She's received numerous awards in addition to New York State Class D championship titles in softball in 2010 and 11, and helped lead the team to the Class D semifinals in 12-13. Though we don't have a ski team, she's also participated in our ski club. In her free time, Samantha enjoys volunteering to coach our youth basketball program as well as ASO soccer. She says, to pass on my knowledge of sports makes me feel like a role model. And what an awesome role model she is. As an outdoor enthusiast, Sam appreciates camping, fishing, and skiing, and enjoys spending time with her family and friends. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Wayne Scott of Parksville. Next fall, she will attend SUNY Oswego, pursuing a degree in business and accounting, and may also pursue that softball ability that she has. In summary, this wonderful young lady has it all: leadership skills, brains, beauty, and an engaging smile, a vivacious and caring personality, and athletic ability. She has a very promising future ahead of her and will undoubtedly well represent Sullivan County and Livingston Manor Central School. Please join me in congratulating Samantha Scott.
The school district is Legislature. Better.
I'd like to really say congratulations to Samantha for a number of reasons. There are a lot of schools represented in this awards time, but one of the things that many people don't recognize is even a small school can make great achievements. My children came from that school and they have achieved a great deal. Our county assistant manager right now came out of that school. So I want to say small schools can still do a great deal and bring our youth forward in the future and give them great opportunities in their endeavors. So Samantha, congratulations on your achievement.
Before you get going, just remember you're changing your school colors to green and gold. Go Great Lakers. Unless we don't.
I sense an alumnus there. What's amazing is that for me, every time I come here, we also have an academic achievement dinner later on in the year, and what's amazing is you hear all of these things these students do at the same time that they excel in their academics, and it's so amazing. You are amazing. Next up is the superintendent of the Monticello School District, Daniel Tepleski.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Monticello School District, our Board of Education, our students, I personally would like to thank the Sullivan County Legislature, Chairman Samuelson, for ensuring that this is on my docket. This is my second year of living in Sullivan County, and I can tell you there's no place else I'd rather be. It's a great place. It's a great place to raise a family, and I thank you for everything that you do for our students. It means a lot. At the current time, I'd like to introduce our high school principal, Mrs. Lori Oristano-James, who will tell you a little bit about Brittany Rupp.
Kathy, I'd like to be 18 and still have my eyesight of the 18-year-old too, so I'm right there with you. Good afternoon, and it is my distinct honor to present to you today our valedictorian from Monticello High School for the class of 2013, Miss Brittany Rupp. When I take a look at students, what they do as far as their academics as well as their extracurriculars and inside and outside, I really truly believe that it does, you know, the old adage of you want someone to get something done, ask the busy person, and Brittany definitely exemplifies that. Within school, Brittany was the Key Club Vice President and President, and she is currently also as well a member, Eco Club President and Vice President, Math Team for 4 years, Theater Orchestra for 4 years, Thanksgiving Food Drive Chairperson this past year and has served on that committee for 3 years, Holiday Toy Drive for 3 years, Chairperson serving this year as well. Class Officer Treasurer in her 11th grade year, the Wind Symphony in her 9th grade year. She was also a member of the Chamber Orchestra. She serves as she sits as first chair flute player in the senior high school band. She is also a member of the cross-country track team and the outdoor track team, and her honors and awards are immense. She is a member of the National Honor Society. She is a member of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. She is a member of the Scholar Athletes Cross Country Team for 3 years running, member of the Scholar Athlete Outdoor Track Team for 2 years, member of the Section 9 Division III Champion Girls Outdoor Track Team for a year, All-County Senior High School Band. Out of the grades that she can get on a NISMA solo, she received 94 out of 100 on a level 5 solo while she was in 9th grade. Every year that she has been in the high school, for every single marking period, she has achieved the highest level of honor roll participation, which is the principal's list. She's a school winner for her 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and 12th grade year as the American Mathematics Competition. She is a Kiwanis Certificate Appreciation winner, Excellence of Foreign Language Studies. She is also Supportive Learning Environment Leadership Team Community Service Award. And thus far, what we know of her scholarships that we can announce here today, she is a winner of the Kiwanis Memorial Scholarship, the New York State Academic Excellence Award. She is also a recipient of the RPI Rensselaer Medal for Excellence in Math and Science. And in addition to all of those things, she finds time to do some outside things that I'm very impressed by her, being a past member and she's a current member and past secretary of her CYO, county president of CYO, and serves at the state level as the Archdiocese secretary for her CYO. In addition to that, I am proud to say that Brittany maintains a grade point average of 103.51, and she will be attending RPI, majoring in chemical engineering. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to present to you Brittany Rupp.
Brittany, that is quite a list of accomplishments. I'm sure your family is very proud, and so are all of we here in Sullivan County, especially those of us from District 9 and within the Monticello School District. I want to wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Sounds like you have just an incredible amount of interest in learning and living in life. Keep that spirit alive, and I know that you'll be very successful in the years ahead. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before I go on to the Roscoe School District, I just want to check with the audience and make sure if anyone from Roscoe is here. Yes. I was told that Zachary Park, who is the valedictorian, would not be here today because he is on his senior trip. And Superintendent John Evans is away on on school business in Albany. So neither of those folks could be here today. I'm sure that Zachary is every bit as active and successful as every one of these other students here today. So I was also asked by John to accept the award for Zachary, and I will make sure that it gets in his hands.
And representing the Roscoe Central School District again is Kitty Vedder.
Once again, another small school in a large county geographically, and a child who has achieved a great many things. So I'm glad that he's out having fun for once, and I hope that he's really having a great time on his trip. And please extend this legislative body's award to him for his valedictorian.
Sure.
Thank you.
So continuing on, we have our second new superintendent to introduce to you in Sullivan County for this year, and that is for the Sullivan West School District, Dr. Nancy Hackett.
Hello there. It's great to be here. What a great opportunity to recognize students. I've been in a few places as well, Larry, and I must say, this was one of the most exciting ones that I got a hold of and thought, this is my chance, you're going to meet her. And our Amanda's pretty special, but the person that's going to introduce her is our high school principal, Marty Tenney.
Thank you. Our valedictorian is Amanda Hulse, and as with everyone else, she's done a lot of things. So I spoke to some of her teachers, and I said, what is it about Amanda that I can say that isn't going to be said about everyone else? So what's that one word? And they said, she is so diligent. She is that person who does all the behind-the-scenes detail work that makes the rest of us on the front line look good. So thank you for making us look good.
To be here. What a great opportunity to recognize students. I've been in a few places as well, Larry, and I must say, this was one of the most exciting ones that I got a hold of and thought, this is my chance, you're going to meet her. And our Amanda's pretty special, but the person that's going to introduce her is our high school principal, Marty Tenney.
Thank you. Our valedictorian is Amanda Hulse, and as with everyone else, she's done a lot of things. So I spoke to some of her teachers, and I said, what is it about Amanda that I can say that isn't going to be said about everyone else? So what's that one word? And they said, she is so diligent. She is that person who does all the behind-the-scenes detail work that makes the rest of us on the front line look good. So thank you for making us look good in Sullivan West by being behind the scenes. Amanda is, as everyone else, a member of the National Honor Society. She's the secretary. She has the highest scores on our Western Civilization AP, our U.S. History AP, our English AP, but then she has calculus and computing and all of those other side brain things that she does very well too. So it's no surprise to us that she has chosen to pursue a degree at Arcadia University, maybe in secondary history, but she's also thinking maybe math. Now, we all know which side I'm leaning on, but I think as we hear from Ms. Geiger behind me, she's going to be rooting for the social studies emphasis. But we congratulate her. I'm very happy to have known her, and I wish her a lot of luck.
Representing the Sullivan West Central School District is Legislator Cindy Geiger.
Amanda, what can I say? I've been working with Amanda for the past month. I recruited her upon recommendation to help me in an effort to address tax-exempt properties. So as early as this afternoon, Amanda and Hannah Feynman came in and did a PowerPoint on New York State legislation on real property tax exemptions. And I just want to commend her for that because she and Hannah stepped up and they did the research. The PowerPoint is currently on the government website, if anybody would like to see that. But I'm just so proud of her. And, you know, All her achievements make her who she is today, and I think Sullivan County can really be proud of you. Thank you.
Finishing up our 8 school districts, we have the Tri-Valley Central School District, and the superintendent there is Thomas Palmer.
It's always hard to finish last when everybody else had a chance to say something first. I talked to Larry before about that. But no, on a serious note, on behalf of the Board of Education and Tri-Valley Central School District, we think it's a great opportunity to allow our students shine this time and show what the kids can do. I personally think every year it just gets better, just because I guess I get older. But honestly, I want to recognize, we also have someone new joining our staff, and our building principal is going to talk more about our valedictorian. He's new to our area, is Mr. Robert Peters.
Thank you. Respectful, scholar, charismatic, athlete, leader, altruistic. How fortunate we would be to find one of these qualities in 6 different people. But finding all of these qualities in one person is outstanding. And that one person is Miss Victoria Tingley, valedictorian of the Tri-Valley class of 2013. You would think that attention to detail would be one of the qualities that a valedictorian would have, so let me share with you my impression of her attention to detail. When as the new principal, I spoke to the senior class earlier this year. I was sharing my visions and my goals for the 2012-2013 school year, and I noticed that Vicki was focused on my every word. So I said to myself, that's pretty special. Here you are, the new principal, and you've already made a connection with one of the top students in the class. After the meeting, I was very proud of myself, and I approached Vicki to thank her for being so attentive, and she responded, Mr. Peters, I was listening to you, but I noticed that your tie was crooked, and that very much distracted me. So please fix that. So I was crestfallen. I fixed my tie, but I know that Vicki was listening. Vicki, daughter of Brian and Jane Tingley, is a member and president of the Tri-Valley chapter of the National Honor Society. She's also a member and officer of many clubs, including the FBLA, Varsity Athletic Club, Theater Club, and Chorus. Vic has received various awards for academics, including the RIT Computer Science Medal, the Rensselaer Medal, and a full tuition scholarship to Elmira College. Vicki has participated in many community service activities through local organizations and church. She spends her Sundays as a volunteer at the church education program. Through FBLA, she's gained many community service hours, and this year she spent most of her free time, if she had any, making blankets for the Children's Hospital in Albany and other chapter members. Athletically, Vicki participates in soccer and outdoor and indoor track programs. Her soccer career began in AYSO and continued until her senior year, when she was voted captain of the team. She's been running for the Coaches Ayatoros since 2009 and previously participated in modified track. Vicki truly understands and appreciates the value of an education. She will attend Marywood College in the fall, where she will pursue a degree that will enable her to become a speech and language pathologist. Vicki is the diamond standard of her generation. Now, if I were to introduce her as a diamond that shines, Vicki would, because of her knowledge of science and because her father's a science teacher, would say to me politely, Mr. Peters, diamonds don't shine, they reflect. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorian of the Tri-Valley Class 2013, Miss Victoria Tingley.
I want to thank you all for this honor and this pleasure in giving this certificate to the valedictorian from Tri-Valley. I know the superintendent alluded to her being last. Maybe they saved the best for last, not taking anything away from the rest of the valedictorians. But congratulations on all your achievements and good luck in the future.
So just one more time, thank you very much to the legislature for this wonderful gesture. We appreciate it very much. Congratulations to all of my colleagues and all of the students. And shall I remind them to stay for?
Yes, if everybody would just come right up here for a photograph.
And we would like to thank Superintendent Lawrence Thomas from BOCES for bringing everybody here today and emceeing it. So if everybody would come right up here. And all legislators go down there.
The kids should be in there by themselves first.
You gotta stand, legislators stand up on the thing.
Let them get pictures of the kids first. They're more important than we are in this today. Apparently, we have to go back.
You wanna hold one up? That's a good idea. Hold one up. Oh, I did. Get over here. Oh, thank you. It's like to see you.
Sit next to kids.
You lucky dog.
Look at that. Some movie action.
I'm guessing one of us may still yell.
Okay, now for the video, we're going to do the lambada. Congratulations, everybody. Okay.
Is that the only reason?
All right, at this time, we'd like to entertain public comment. We have one person signed up, Liz Bukhar. Is that the correct pronunciation?
Awfully close.
Liz.
Car, that's good.
Bukhar, okay.
I'm from the hamlet of Calhoun in the town of Delaware. And I'm going to have, can you hear me? I'm going to start
Move
with
this
some-
small one down.
I'm going to start with some presumptions, which may or may not be true, that most of the members of the Board of Legislature were aware that David Sager was summarily fired yesterday.
No.
We discovered it on Facebook last night when Bill Little posted it. And the outpouring, both on David's private page and on the several Sullivan County Facebook pages, was pretty astonishing. And overall, the response was that David Sager is a man of huge integrity. He has never passed up an opportunity to advocate for the people of Sullivan. He has been our most consistent public servant, even when it worked to his detriment. I have never, in 30-plus years of knowing Dr. Sager, seen him back away from an issue. I have never seen him do anything but support the people of Sullivan County. That's his history. That's his practical guide to living. On the other hand, we have a commissioner whose past history is kind of murky. We're not sure what he did or why he left. So in terms of past practice, I think that this board needs to seriously consider the good that Dr. Sager has done in this community over and over and over again, to the point when he was told as he ran for Senate, state Senate, not to make a big issue out of fracking. It would lose him the Senate race. And David looked inside and said, it really doesn't matter what I personally lose, it's what I have to do for the people of Sullivan. And if you read the Facebook pages, you will see that sentiment iterated, and reiterated by hundreds of people who weighed in on the issue. On the other hand, as I say, we have someone whose past practice is redolent of questions that were not answered before he was hired. So we are now in the painful position of having to ask ourselves, what do we do? What do we do as Sullivan County sits, languishes, number 2 from the bottom of state health factors? We are getting ready to lose one of the best advocates this county has ever had, not only in health issues, But every other issue where people's voices need to be heard and too many other people don't even see the people who are speaking, David knows we're there. And we know David is there. So I would suggest, and as was applauded on Facebook by numbers of people, that this board immediately rescind the firing of Dr. David Sager, reinstate him to his position, and launch an immediate investigation of the circumstances surrounding his firing, and make all of those findings public, as was not done in Commissioner Parker's former job. That's it. It's a no-brainer. It really is.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, we'd like to move on to our resolutions.
Resolution introduced by Planning, Environmental Management, Real Property Committee to authorize a public hearing for the inclusion of additional parcels into the Agricultural District Number 4. This public hearing will be held on June 20th at 1:40 p.m.
Move it.
Kathy, second. Alan, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
9-0.
Thank you. Number 2.
Resolution introduced by Personnel Committee to create one new position in the Center for Workforce Development.
Motion, Ira, second. Alan, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
9-0.
Thank you. Number 3.
Resolution introduced by Management and Budget Committee to modify the 2013 county budget.
Motion? Motion. Jean, second. Jonathan, discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
9-0.
Thank you. 4.
Resolution introduced by Management and Budget Committee to adopt a fund balance policy for Sullivan County.
Motion, Jonathan, second. Alan, any discussion? All in favor?
I do have a question.
Comment? Go ahead.
Yeah. Just as I said in the subcommittee, I'm going to go ahead and vote on this, but that it would be good to get the input from the auditing company when they come on this, because there are a couple of questions that I have, regarding big capital expenditures. So is it possible for the policy to be amended without a lot of, is it by simple resolution if you want to add something or take something away?
Yeah.
You're establishing a policy, you can modify it, amend it, change it anytime you want. You're doing it by resolution, not by local law, so you're free to amend it by resolution if you, members of the board, think it's necessary.
Well, we don't know when the auditors are coming to give their report, so.
This at least establishes a policy, and then if there are facts that you gather later on that require that you make modifications to it, you'll be free to do that.
Right, because this is the first time we've actually had a fund balance policy.
That's correct.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
9-0.
Thank you. Number 5.
Resolution introduced by Community and Economic Development Committee to appropriate $12,312 to Catskill Association of Tourism Services for promotion of regional tourism.
Motion,
Move it.
Kitty, second. Ira, discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you.
9-0. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to request a motion for 6 and 7 in a block their lease agreements with third-party landowners, and also I need to take a separate roll call
For
both.
each.
I'm moving.
Okay, for Kathy,
Together.
motion, second. Alan? Okay, any discussion? Okay, roll call in number 6.
Mr. Samuelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Labuda?
Yes.
Ms. Vedder?
Yes.
Mr. Ruiz?
Yes.
Mrs. Geiger?
Yes.
Mrs. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Benson?
Yes.
Mr. Steingart?
Yes.
Mr. Sorensen?
Yes.
Can I also just make a comment that these towers are part of the grant program, the $2.8 million grant program that we received for interoperable communications. So the grants are reimbursable. Once the towers are built, the state will reimburse the money.
Thank you.
Roll call for number
Roll call
7.
for number 7.
Mr. Sorensen?
Yes.
Mr. Steingart?
Yes.
Mr. Benson?
Yes.
Mrs. Edwards?
Yes.
Mrs. Geiger?
Yes.
Mr. Ruiz?
Yes.
Ms. Vedder?
Yes.
Mrs. Labuda?
Yes.
Mr. Samuelson?
Yes.
Is that a trick, so it makes sure we're still off or something?
I was waiting.
Wants to make sure that the first 7 are influencing you.
Be careful, she's starting in the middle next time.
Mr. Chairman.
That means you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to
Oh, I'm sorry. 8 through 11 as a block, they are correction of errors.
Yes, so move second.
I'll second.
Gene, okay. Any discussion on any of these? All in favor? Any opposed?
8 through 11, 9 zip.
Thank you.
12 through 24.
12 through 24 by Mr. Ruiz.
Okay, we do have a roll call in there, number 18.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, can I do it through 14 and then, because I'm planning on voting no on 15. So 16, I just don't want to have to say yes to a whole block or no to a whole block. I just have one that I'm voting no
All right,
against.
so you're asking from 12 to 14 as a block?
Correct.
Okay. Motion, we have,
Second.
okay. Second. Ira, okay. Any discussion on 12 to 14? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, 12 to 14 passes.
9 zip. Resolution introduced by Government Services Committee to authorize an award and execution of contract with Cornerstone Engineering and Land Surveying.
Move it.
Second. Alan. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
8-1. Mrs. Edwards opposed.
Thank you. So do we want to move 16 through 24 as a block with a roll call for 18? Alan, second. Jonathan? Okay. Discussion? All in favor?
Minus the 18.
Minus 18. All in favor, minus 18. Any opposed? Okay, roll call for 18.
That was 9 zip for the other ones. Mr. Samuelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Labuda?
Yes.
Ms. Vetter?
Yes.
Mr. Ruiz?
Yes.
Mrs. Geiger?
Yes.
Mrs. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Benson?
Yes.
Mr. Steingart?
Yes.
Mr. Sorensen?
Yes.
Okay, we have an addendum. I'm having a really difficult time today. An addendum from the executive committee meeting, number 1.
Authorize 5 temporary 90-day positions in the Sheriff's Department.
Motion, Jonathan, second, Alan. Discussion, all in favor? Opposed? Okay.
9 zip.
Number 2.
May Day for mandate relief.
Motion.
Second, Gene, second. Kitty, all in favor? Opposed?
9 zip.
Thank you. We have a roll call for number 3.
Request for home rule legislation for the sales tax extension.
Okay, motion?
Motion.
Gene, second, Alan. Roll call, please. Any discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Samuelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Labuda?
Yes.
Ms. Vetter?
Yes.
Mr. Ruiz?
Yes.
Mrs. Geiger?
Yes.
Mrs. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Benson?
Yes.
Mr. Steingart?
Yes.
Mr. Sorensen?
Yes.
Opposing Assembly Bill 6550, 2013 regarding the additional notice of claim legislation.
Motion from Alan?
Yeah, well, we
I
go
know,
back
I'm
to
gonna
when
do,
you
I
were-
know, I gotta do, I saw that. I missed one, I'm gonna go back to that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Moved by Alan.
I'll second.
Okay. Discussion, and this is for appointing Cora Edwards to Soil and Water Conservation District Board. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Now number 5.
No.
That was number
This is,
5.
that was number 5. I was gonna go back to
Second on
number
number
4.
5.
Motion and a second on number 5. Motion by Alan, second by me on number 5.
Right, okay, now good.
Now we're going to 4?
Yes.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Number 4 is appointing Cora Edwards.
Yes.
Motion. Gene, second. Alan, discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Abstentions?
Abstention.
Or you're abstaining
You're
from this
abstaining.
resolution?
Yeah, vote for
Oh,
yourself.
okay, that's
Yes.
fine.
You want to vote twice?
No,
No.
I'm on it.
Thank you for serving, Cora. Okay, now we're on number 6.
Correct.
Okay.
Authorize the preparation submission of a rural business opportunity grant.
Motion?
Move it.
Okay, Jonathan and Kathy. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
9-0.
Thank you. Number 7.
Authorize agreement to serve, authorize agreement with the temporary interim administrator of the Adult Care Center.
That would be Deborah DeJesus, I believe, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Move it.
Second, Cora. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you.
9-0. And convey property in Fallsburg to Du Bois.
Motion.
Gene, second. Jonathan, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. This time I'd like to recognize my fellow legislators. If anybody has any comments that they would like to make. Kathy?
I was hoping that the last speaker didn't leave, but I think she did. But I just want to say, we are policymakers. It is so inappropriate for legislators to get involved at all in hiring or firing any employees for the county. We hire commissioners that mess their job. Anytime that it's going to be very slippery slope when legislators get involved in any of those actions at all. It is not up to us. It is not our job. And I suggest to my colleagues be very, very careful how we move forward. We're not in charge of hiring or firing anybody. That is not our job.
Kitty?
I'd like to just mention 2 things that we voted on today that I think everybody needs to be very aware of. The 90-day temporary positions for the Sheriff's Department. As everybody in this county who lives and works in this county recognizes, we have a huge increase in residents in the summer months. So recognizing that and having 5 temporary people to help in that, I think is very important for the safety of everybody in this community. The other thing I wanted to mention had to do with opposing the bill with the claim registration. It is my understanding that this bill has to do with the early voting, correct? And I don't know if the public recognizes the cost factor that would be involved in this early voting bill. If we didn't send a notice to the Senate, and hopefully this bill will fail in the Senate, otherwise we're going to have a large increase just to put up the voting machines in the various areas. This bill, I think, is focused more on the people in New York City who might have to wait online to vote, and it does not help the rest of the state. So I do hope that people will get involved and write letters to their senators in opposition of this bill. Thank you.
Cora?
Yep, I wanted to follow on from Kitty's comment regarding every summer that we've filled in the temporary positions. Some of the things that I think are really important to realize in terms of the influx of summer visitors, there are over 250,000 visitors that come to the Delaware River corridor, and the National Park Service has graciously helped to reimburse the costs of the river patrol. And one of the things that I really want to emphasize, given the kind of financial constraints that we have, that we continue our commitment to public safety for people feeling safe in their homes and for people feeling safe on the streets. And one of these important components that we've been highlighting and will continue to highlight in the Public Safety Committee are the role that neighborhood watches play. We had 2 neighborhood watch groups come last week, one from Liberty and one from Monticello. And I think it was very important that they took the initiative, they stepped up to the plate, they organized with their neighbors so that they could do what they needed to do to empower themselves to feel safe in their homes. I've also reached out to the district attorney, Jim Farrell, about what can we do for law enforcement agencies to work more cooperatively together. I'm very glad to say, as the public safety chair, that we've had all of the law enforcement agencies come to our meetings. We've had the village police for Monticello, Liberty, Fallsburg, and the state police all attend our meetings. So it's really important as we go through the summer months that we all pull together and do things in ways that don't cost extra money. That's the neighborhood watches, and that's for law enforcement agencies to work more cooperatively with us. So we're looking forward to this summer. We want everyone to have a great summer, and we also want to have a great amount of sales tax. Thank you.
Alan?
Yeah, I just want, I know some people may have been expecting us to vote on the ethics law today. There were some technical revisions that needed to be made. And so I just want the public to know that I think it's been scheduled for next Thursday.
Sorry?
Have we scheduled it for next
It
Thursday?
is scheduled for next Thursday,
Which is May 23rd.
afternoon. If we go to Santa County Address, we will vote on the ethics law.
So we have to have it in final form 10 days prior to taking action. So that's the only reason for the delay. Hopefully just a small hiccup in the process. So.
Thanks, Alan.
I feel that I need to address the speaker that spoke and commented in public comment regarding the termination of Deputy Commissioner Sager. For the record, I was not aware of the action despite a special meeting that took place prior. I have questions regarding the method. Moving forward, questions remain in my mind regarding the process that the county follows in dealing with employment issues. I'm going to be looking into this and try to see if the county can come up with some kind of a different method that they use. Too many questions. Thank you.
Anybody else? Before we adjourn, I would just like to thank all of my colleagues and for all of their very, very hard work all month long. But these Thursdays, these third Thursdays are always challenging. There's always a lot of information coming. There's always something that has happened that is new that we need to wrap our minds around, and we all want to do the best job that we can do. We're looking out for the community, for everything, for everybody at all times. And I just want to commend all of my colleagues for their hard work. And I would like to thank everybody once again for coming out and supporting us and hearing what's going on, and we appreciate that. So, motion to adjourn? Laura, Alan, all in favor? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.